Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is EX-STUDIOZ. See, I like to kind of some voila and jumping your key to the damn fan in share. Young Sheriff, I cannot let it and you will be champions in the final. As name me PH and you're about some you tower. Paris that, but I'm 1-1 draw. That champion at Paris that band new Arsenal or Champions League. I can't look for Arsenal. Being the experienced players, no bump with team man. Can you talk about Champions League? Be Ula can with team man.
Okay, and Banana so comes a hammer about in Canada channel as well. And I'm going to straight to our question now. Jumps on the final down there and try enjoy football and even though from one side. But then come down maybe the better team win because football one in nation but come at them to sham and now homework in and win. I hope I man and homework my now football winner. So Paris bound with them the rally because going into the match man and I am from Vaso Kanza, I'm only the favorite to win the match. Paris and Daniel the European favorites to win the match. But Arsenal Daniel team shall be do full surprise. That surprise man that told them maybe when that but plan and that change. Even though when that my plan going into the match man they wanted to score and defend the goal. Come at them they scored early. But Carabao to defend the goal at the year and all times to Paris that sharp attack man, that creative midfield, but then that will cause that problem. And the people playing Panther Arsenal and even Arsenal fans because I even there after the match man, but Arsenal fans really they are not upset with Boko having the players man. Even Gabriel that needs last players man. They are showing so much support to Gabriel because of who consistency in job with the parliament so missing the penalties man but what on it year so but I could take them normal but as that team man was doing for the Benitez so much signings they can so much signings man because I am a big match career you are still relying on Kai Havertz going into next season you have a very big problem.
No, my
striker. But big games for me, you can swap like big games for me because I even the performance against the big teams in England, but our performance against the big teams in England, but they didn't know that impressive. We didn't even getting to the end of last season now, but even against Man City. Kai Havertz no that and start as a striker when can you get and turn fit and the match is my and Kai Havertz in that past starter because that time Kai Havertz need to suit that pressure. So Arsenal need a world-class striker. A striker so need to suit the pressure. The striker so no matter who any circumstance man be no matter who any atmosphere man going to show it up and deliver. Same way come Havertz that Havertz me he's a big game player so big game shall be advanced. He's a big game player from Ola Gulshan that Chelsea their second Champions League trophy.
The same goal man.
Same goal man no good and Makada and did like Champions League finals. And it's a great thing. And I anchor to Arsenal they need so much improvement. Apart from Arsenal defense, my midfield is not that convincing. Because Declan Rice no over 20 he's a world class midfielder who do and stay up to a game next season. From later parts of last season, my brother used to run with Kelly, who is supposed to be a left back and primary midfield, catching the job and the bench. So one cover Arsenal and my Benitez. So Benitez additions maybe in the midfield and in their wings because Martinelli main trossers that have been able to give a match because I mean the modern wingers like Varaskelia and Makayu and Martinelli, they are not at the same level. So Arsenal and not so much next season, definitely. The tune of the signings planning and Tinyabo must come up, the players spam. We had any club with Melbourne so that Tinyabo must come out, Arsenal trying to sell. Even Alvarez, Atletico Madrid, Arsenal are trying to do something. They will try to be if it's possible. And Rafael, your wingers, there are so many players out there. Arsenal should do their things and go home with me.
Aku pangkat mana pernah some place like belum tu mah adalah apa because I live musa kami baju kibian kali terus mi rumah Havertz bien Havertz Martinelli bien cause strike mah Havertz Jokeres bien
So
aku pangkat mana crowd lah
yes, select the players. Dole shape player Xavi. Because Gabriel Jesus is one of the players he's likely to leave Arsenal at the end of this season. Even that Kai Havertz, Marcus, and don't go right. And Martinelli Trossard, but Arsenal band they will compete at the highest level next season. Don't go to you know, but at least the two of them wingers or won't be above Martinelli Trossard level, man, before they can compete. Because next season, can you try even in this Premier League, next season is not going to be a joke.
How can I tell you? Clubs not funny. Apart from the club, then suddenly the biggest transfer problem cannot affect the next season.
I would say Manchester United. England can be
For England.
England, I would say Manchester United. Because Man U, even though who are you keeper
Man U
keeper man. Man U any Premier League signing of the season. He has impressed a lot. Even though Onana got back no to fight for opposition. Apart from the position that Casemiro here so for defense man, Martinez is there, Delete is there, Maguire is there, but the Benala so much attracted to injuries. As a Man U defense man, none of injuries to be allowed to win. So Man U, in order to compete next season, maybe we get so much tournament because Man U got qualified for the Champions League, and it's like the guy facing the likes of Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Paris, so you need to augment. So Man U, we need the right defenders, at least one centre back. We are not very consistent, injury prone player. They need a midfield, at least two midfielders. And Tinger Buffonstein Anderson from Atlanta. Karan try never signing another midfielders because Tinger went try never signing Matthias Nunes, West Ham player. Karan Sandro Tonali from Newcastle. And Baleba is also still on their short list. So man, you midfield they still need a whole lot of work to do. And even attacking midfield position, even though there's Matthias Cunha there, Matthias Cunha to me, they own all position here as an attacking midfielder like Bruno, Magic Shell, Bruno, Machamka, Matthias Cunha is very big. But even at that left wing back, man, you need a winger. As I know, we need the winger, Shamlaka, man, you need that because going into the next season now, it will be very competitive. So I have to use Matthias Cunha solely as your winger, even though right wing man will come and Ahmad there. The left wing man they still need options and Rashford, don't Rashford as whether they will keep him in the team, baby and poor couple solutions. But man you need they need at least a defender, two midfielders or three midfielders, can need a quality striker and they need a winger. They still need a world class striker and to show it up in the big game. So man you might so much
problem. Didn't you only stay back to be club shema. They mean only no to fight for opposition. I found no level to fight for opposition. I want two chance go by. Because I will keep on Rakun from last season.
Rakun man, but man you second keeper.
For sure.
So Onana will say accepting to be the second keeper. Because I don't see anything that make Onana better than man you can goalkeeper. So basically in favor of Onana only the umbrella of Shapuloma delivery, but you want to appear in the biggest or on the biggest stages. Or when you can make you for maybe when you have some matches, but on probably Barishal, but Carabao Cup and FA Cup and back or in Bar like so it's up to him. But Mania advising Onana, being making opinion because some people advise Onana. He making opinion on Onana as an African brother. And now you know quite more Russian. Maybe they should make the deal permanent.
Barcelona here was $80 million look at the Rashford. Who Barcelona. So people know about Bokola on that mind. But must say you 70 million question still Anthony Gordon. I come from Barcelona that beaucoup jam you very young.
No, Barcelona Bishama is a traditional club. The system of play. And Anzo Kayunde, I'm a Rashford ball. Rashford Vara to Bruno Valley is a winger, so very fast. And Barcelona system, they are playing a simple tiki taka passing kind of football. So Rashford who contribution is huge for that Barcelona team. But Barcelona in the longest run, you 30 million for him. In the longest run, who playing style will fit the system man. No matter financial loss in him. But they are still requesting for another loan. Even though man left to be a loan, my year don't borrow man. But under bro, you should have made the deal permanent.
It's 30 million.
30 million, you should 70 million.
God.
The cartoon enchanted Alvarez, enterprise Alvarez, who is over 100 million. So don't come a lot of Jenny. But Barcelona, so the Parabijola that will, but they don't have so much confidence in Rashford going into the longest period of time because the builder project, man. And maybe embrace the Makawi. So being used one season, one down one. Maybe that they can rely on Rashford for the next 2-3 seasons. So lack of so financial loss, they do financial booster trying was that.
Akara tele PSG da nyere PSG nyere kon Euro. But when that Arsenal da para second Champions League. Akwa mo funi. Bunto achieve Madrid achieve back to back 3 times now.
Why not? Why not? They still have their team together. And the best way to do it is just having your team together. Was last season, team Shabana win the Champions League, Donnarumma give us. Donnarumma and team have been consistently. They have been playing together. So when they keep that same team, I even do think teams attempt to players. Teams attempt to players and Kawama to players shall up for sale. Like Kang Ili, those kind of guys, they go Carlo Ramos, look to one out for sale. And PSG by my like the end of the champion. And I'm bringing so much players because in your motion, I love PSG by my like in Michael Olise. Imagine Michael Olise and Catherine Paris. It will be good. So, but they keep everything. And midfield man, what damn them. Was thinking President United make a strong statement come out. Within a million members who saw each other or chaperone. They went that come out and Madrid beat them 150 million for a player. European Darling Cabam within a bay young members. So they say they are not up for sale. So if they keep the team together, team Abane could keep it up together, come damn the big career, having a year player, but they will find a suitable replacement. They can still do it. Because they have the coach and they have the materials to do it. And they are already motivated. But I need the motivation outside. They are already motivated.
My Premier League teams, my team next season, team the be under pressure. Like Chelsea, Manchester City, Man U, Liverpool.
It's very obvious. Team shall be under pressure. Big team shall bring so much expectations on Arsenal. Considering Arsenal nothing over the past years. The Mersham trophy winner and how to use the current Premier League next season Premier League. Arsenal man the longest serving manager. So pressure man can be sharp because man all smarts are happy. So next season Arsenal will win the Premier League. It will be a disappointment.
I believe
No, the Palamala so much trust in Arsenal. No, Kalambala. Mbemba so much trust in Arsenal. But you do that Osman Licensha, having the longest serving manager in your squad, for the past 3 seasons, Team Shelburne, 3 or 4 seasons, Team Shelburne consistent in the Premier League past now. Second, Kawini. Team Shelburne consistent power. So the next season, Arsenal will win the Premier League, they should be second. Second one we go to the real option. They should
don't know next season can come change.
Bisha come change, but we are not seeing it because most of those big teams now, Man U coach is come. Man U they have a new coach, even though that happened by last season. Liverpool a new coach, Manchester City new coach, Chelsea new coach. These are new coaches, even though it's not an excuse because Liverpool and it's not that come go first season for winning Premier League. The Dolan now. I will and my baby Chelsea fans home. Because I have no the calculation with that time in a career come next season Premier League. Whatever be the case, but team shall never have so much expectations on going into next season is Arsenal. I'm a Liverpool fan. But next season I'm expect a Liverpool for Premier League, considering Liverpool situation and the thing to a new coach can now. He's not going to build.
No, the cook of Mish, among to kind of because among the go first season never cook, but
And it's not like an team man from building this year. And it's not come that they inherited a very good squad. And it's not the only players who won that pie. And it's not team man Daniel Federico Chisa. And only contribution that was huge. Liverpool Premier League my powerful. But look at the current Liverpool team shedding in next season. Our best player is leaving. Mohamed Salah is going. Konate has already gone to Real Madrid. So Van Dijk will partner in the defense next season. It's still a question for Liverpool. Even in the midfield, McAllister, Ingram, and Bexan, they were poor last season. So as whether they will up their game or not, we don't know. Eketike is injured until 2027. So season now uphill moving then, and we can rely heavily on Alexander Isak. Even in the wings, Sarah wing the same thing. The only player we have there, they got the American to go pro on Jeremy Frimpong. Other wing Cody Gakpo. So Liverpool team had need a whole lot of building, even though that season they spent close to half a billion because 450 million plus cap that last season. But season of Babylon needs to have so much signings. As the other team RB financial records not start to back up with that kind. We don't know. But Arsenal don't know like a well established from defense to midfield to attack. But we need some small adjustment.
So I come up with support even that kind of coach machine.
And it's not. No.
We can save the Bracorda.
What is even a terrible?
We was all big one, maybe really tired.
So one scenario sharing about assuming come and it's not first season. Would have finished won't finish lost chapter. Second season can win the Premier League 3 and Corona.
Go first season go finishing one cup.
Go finish here.
Fifth month.
There is no way in this world. Can it's not as a new coach. What not going first season, but how many coaches can have a first season and know what and it's not there? Even Pep Guardiola, mama. Win the Premier League in our first season. Win the Premier League in our first season. So win the Premier League in our first season. Second season, quarterfinals, right? No quarterfinals can be Liverpool man. Second season, quarterfinals. Cartoon Chang to qualify Champions League here. What more Cathedral expect? We should be patient with this.
Qualify, maybe within that child. More than 1 minute qualifying.
There's nothing like
that. Open
Arsenal champ finals, they shall confirm Premier League and 5 teams in the Champions League. Liverpool the run will win the last match, like 70 placed in that 5th position, and they did. So, and it's not Liverpool will manage to qualify in this year's Champions League. Even though Liverpool will be lost support in the tournament, because the return to the Premier League season Martin as a defending champion can be first, be second. But Chelsea back when Chelsea for Premier League the following season catch on to 20th. Can qualify Champions League. No, Chelsea can for Premier League the following season catch 20th. So when they for Premier League the following season can qualify in the Champions League. What's happening? So Mambo supporter is what happening. And Bunto Zanku soon and to replace keeping and slow will have been better than bringing this coach. Because Liverpool will party in them science laboratory, man. Experiment them go try now. This is not the kind of coaches. This is not the kind of coaches Liverpool never to know.
Why not? Better of I'm beating good at playing.
Also even the trophy didn't go boy.
No more than coach big club like Liverpool.
Martin in the Renaissance small. Oliver Glasner was a free player. Or Daniel free. But Oliver Glasner and Daniel free up to now because now we go championship. Oliver Glasner come like within 2 seasons at Crystal Palace. So leaving Michael Olise, Everett Eze, Kamaway go for 3 trophies in 2 seasons. We have this coach available. Chanted for Ariola just because we qualified Benham into Europe for the first time in their history. This experiment can Liverpool party team.
we shall come to know for the food.
Anything can happen.
Because Anthony Legion no, for to cut no miracle share.
Same way that you and the Grey and Port and Manchester, Chelsea, capital too. So this kind of coaches like experiment and better. And Liverpool is not a club sheldon to know the experiment, especially at this time. My unique for one Champions League, but I'm guaranteed so on. So what you mean by that pattern for me, who is the biggest pattern for me?
Why no Premier League Champions League?
Premier League again.
Okay,
Man City
2020.
Man City, Manchester United won't put for one Premier League with guaranteed so on. For a long time. And think next season, we have a better chance of winning the Premier League between Liverpool and Manchester United. Definitely Manchester United. During that season, that be exciting football. That the captain finish up our five. Season what think plan starting. We're bumping the first signing who. Liverpool are still quiet.
Yeah, you know what? Leipzig window.
Whatever.
You mean Paris na Pantouz or no? Maybe we only chanted the Bakula. Paris Bakula.
Man, they prefer Bakula than
O la man, you can prefer Bakula.
No, I like a charger like player. No, Liverpool will soon learn that he man. Man prefer Bakula.
Okay, check out the World Cup ma year and starting match is my one year of Chile. I mean, I lay match in the mind and the champion.
Man, US and that you want to so much.
So
That fragrance we can never even one match.
oh, yeah, my match, so opening day, Mexico in South Africa, 1 hour later.
And I will watch match, man. Later, come to me videos when that opening ceremony. I won't come on.
No, the one because the Africans are supported and Mexico.
No, Martin and that separate support around Mexico, had enough, and that's why I got to Mexico. Our African brothers.
I come up from the African teams, team sharing to power final.
Yes, sure. Ghana,
Nobody.
Ghana. The only African team shall ban the top finals is Ghana in this World Cup.
Why can open Morocco and lose the
Morocco done magic shall with that coach, my coach, but that coach. New coach that was so they have so much confidence in them. So the African team shall even know into a final. I think Ghana, we have that spirit. Even though three got that huge squad, but this kind of tournament, but they are no great spirit. So Ghana, I think my last spirit now.
I got Argentina, Spain, France, England, Portugal. I come up for the country small. But I'm no favorite to win the World Cup.
World Cup, man, the favorite to win the World Cup is France.
What should be players can hear the year
department to department, from goalkeeping to defense to midfield to attack. France have the quality.
But my Portugal
have the quality, but not at the
Spain has the quality.
So imagine France mean Portugal in here. Imagine France mean Portugal in here. Portugal may midfield advantage over France. Because France may attacking advantage over Portugal. I don't know whether you get me. And even defense. France defense no stronger than Portugal defense. Abay.
For sure.
France defense was no stronger. France Portugal ahead of them that midfield man. And they make who influence man that three midfielders man. As to whether they will start together, maybe I don't so chance to be a right back. Because trying to be a nations league man, come down you have never chance to be a right back. So but they in midfield shall to come Vitina Neves and Bruno Fernandes, but they can do something. But the favorites in terms of but the strongest team to win the World Cup is definitely France. And Mbappe, Kylian, the most legendary player. I am Mbappe. He will be the greatest World Cup player. Let's watch him.
I can't tell you, man, and you win Gumbon and we are can start to me a bishop bench, Castati, Dembili. I but I rather line go to my son, so when that line back in a camp, so Billa line up with the Brazil G, Ballomo, Cousin Dembili, Cousin Wilma, Policy Ballomo,
Cousin checking me then.
Cousin checking me there.
This is a joke. Look, Mbappe is the most disrespected player in this world.
The Malang, catch you
He's the most
disrespected.
Madrid fans disrespect Mbappe.
Poyan
no disrespect to. So I didn't just get it. And this guy, he has been delivering. He has been wherever. Madrid best player this season is Mbappe. Madrid best player last season was Mbappe. And I'm like, you see, my 24 players got team come to the World Cup. France the lamb 23 players, Mazan, Ambazan goals, Mbappe alone, well goals, Garbazan for France.
Yes, man.
So why guys are no kind of this kind of players?
He's
the most disrespected player.
You mean you don't know much?
The pro he has been working, he has been delivering. And see, I World Cup Mbappe no winning best player of the tournament. It will not be a surprise. My last World Cup, I'm not to know winning best player, but simply or team that will win World Cup. Most team that will win World Cup, we don't win the best player. We win a World Cup player and win the best player in the tournament. That was the only reason didn't check Mbappe that was for best player because right Paul Goalkeeper can for best player, but France Van Dijk to win World Cup. So this season I won't be surprised. Neymar Mbappe line best player in the tournament. At the biggest stages, the first teenager to score in a World Cup finals, Mbappe. The first player to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final is Mbappe again. And we are going to the World Cup. And he's even the first player who Martinez, Emiliano Martinez, that penalty Bruma could do 3 penalties in one night. This is the kind of player we are talking about. Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing that was talking. Come on, I have so much confidence in Mbappe. Come on, I don't know the kind of confidence I have in him, but the means that it is influenced by what happened on Russia. Last 2 World Cups, he has been doing very good. He has been doing very good in World Cup. And Mbappe, ever since on rising to fame, Mbappe over May season shall come by 4 seasons. Club level they counting. Every season he has been banging goals, he has been scoring goals. So Bungo got expected from an attacker. So I've been here in a possibility whereby can one player need to be in the place of 4 players. That player shall 4 players shall not start as a issue. But this is had to never be better. Can Mbappe contribute more? Mbappe will deliver. What kind of disrespect? Apart from that Ballon d'Or shall Mbappe and that them didn't win. What's that? What's there?
Because yeah.
Apart from Ballon d'Or shall that win one. My Ballon d'Or and them they win a Ballon d'Or, so he should be the face of France in this World Cup.
Ballon d'Or 2
Ballon d'Or club level, but they believe that 7 goals for France national team. 7 goals. 7 goals for France national team. Some do not mean only c'est pas mal the same number. So Bundalka will say starting me after France. Then believe I've been praying for France to only say me after France. So 2000 then get France no. Because this World Cup I'm supporting 3 teams. Ghana, France, and Portugal.
Favorite is Niban.
My favorite is France.
Okay, so I got to hear Ghana. Ghana never in Fiji, Panama, England, Croatia. I can't hope for Ghana, but do you know
it's very
easy. Group stage more.
Very easy group.
So I live Bulaka went to the year. Because the first game here in Panama.
Panama game, Ghana entered 3-1. The second game, look, Egyptian in the World Cup. Because World Cup, there are so many surprises. Egyptian in the World Cup, but how Ghana could be no be sharp. But I don't think England will win Ghana.
What shoes?
England will win again. I don't see it happening. I don't think it can happen. Look, England, yeah, Mala squad shall where there's overhyped players in the England national team. The by England color quality, they have the quality, but you my friend in Martin White sharing. The first friendly match and Liverpool one of that is of them. Where was those players, that Bellingham, those Hurricanes, that big players, where were they? So I won't be surprised. But you don't know Ghana tell me join first to group 1, then join second. But I'm very sure England will be I'm very convinced about that one.
Since I saw that, no,
I'm very convinced that England to Ghana. Because I don't see me having England.
I can't tell you, me move for that to my party. When you don't be jam Canada, so to open match, when you don't be here, I come up from lab and I dump.
No, ma, academy players, Panama, I think we need their party.
But the girl out.
Ball can be that sometimes. Panama, we don't need Thomas Partey to win Panama. They need the Thomas Partey against England. They need the Thomas Partey against England. Gomera is facing the truth. But Panama, we need the Zambia almighty Thomas Partey and Gomera. So, the only team can win the community to in Ghana in this World Cup, be in this our group now, Croatia. The only team can win because they are underrated. Because they are underrated Croatia team. Never believe in Cameroon that no magic Sherma, they can't do anything anymore. So that's the only team I think when to do Ghana. But Panama, but meaning England, England will try as I had a draw Ghana.
Something to myself. Sure. I got it. So how we see send me, maybe part of wine, but I'm sorry about like I just wanted to discuss with Michelle Funi. Michelle said no Funi. You will not show space and your own bit of Funi. Kater here, Omi's that time movie. Ka win the interview. So I shall speak Bini Mani. Go my Kazila Tambo. No moon call Zarno to Muko Zarno to Power Capmo. You know, so can we make I shall speak. Ronaldo shall speak in Portugal. For sure, no Portugal. Ronaldo win the World Cup. So, pour pas dire que Mike Mazanson, money, c'est la time. On peut y aller là, pour dire que Mike Mazanson, capable de nous y. So, I come from like, even like, they all active even though I mean, uncle will put over, but Mummy Bo, the brother is just speeding yellow. When's that time I'm on Bo, or pay yellow, got open there for Mike, couple of you. So, go me here, come with mammy, I should go back and from Canada. So, go here, Kaya, loud. So, like, all active, they don't know after that. Zlatan.
No, la guy man. Kama nitali bizo dagba mini yani jarbu nyamu yam buka bang. Bini sali bizo lo mako bang. So la guy is Zlatan. In his whole career, how many teams can make up a Champions League go Kwanzaa in the ball? So this kind of player, you are hating on Ronaldo on what basis? I mean Ronaldo, you don't have any competition. Ronaldo left foot is better than your career. So I hate Ronaldo, they will peel over shout. Because you have been hating on Cristiano Ronaldo for a long time. Ever since on your football, on your players. He has been hating on Cristiano Ronaldo. This is all for Ronaldo. He's not taking anything from the guy. I get a chance now in football. You have played your football. You have done well for football. For the team, but until Ronaldo team can into a table for a debate, at least winning one Champions League before then. So sometimes this is the action and running your professional bunnies and win. There are two show professionalism now. We jump emotions, which you go feeling. But that's wrong. How do you go back if you prediction. That's all prediction, that's opinion. So come in now entitled to opinion.
Up to you for so come
So I'm not
so I'm expecting when you US more. Oh, I'm expecting when you US and we World Cup.
Well, come so Zlatan by him no yes Sweden win World Cup.
And so go for you
okay, before we say anything about Zlatan, the tune about Zlatan about your favorite. You should say Sweden your favorite. More yamba. So sometimes we just need to let them go. But as Zlatan, you should just do whatever you want to do until go win the Champions League.
So can some question about to advise you. I'm a Liverpool fan. Will you rather to see at club can win the Champions League next season be accounted win World Cup?
My that's not fine.
Liverpool.
Yeah, that's not fine. You can Champions League. We have 6. So I can trade Liverpool for Ghana. Liverpool never win the Champions League. I will celebrate to win the Champions League. That's not true. But Ghana never win the World Cup. The prize money will do something for my nation. And Ghana, I think Ghana think will win champion now. I'm a semi-final. I see us going there. The last 4 teams, you know you're gonna challenge, but I'm very sure I want us to win this World Cup. Because Uncle feeling come within myself, this is our year as Africa to win the World Cup. My African brothers, man, that was Africa.
So like believe motivator, I can't believe that. In the deeper final, be semi-final, believe motivator.
Football is a game of emotions. They have a game of emotions. They are spirits, no good touch, and you just feel it. Because I am was that someone might think or come and play influence of the Arsenal fan. They might not go there. Because what they can Arsenal fan. So you need to put aside the Arsenal fan sham. So I'm going to put aside the feel you're gonna win the World Cup. So it's no man.
Yes, I'm going at 1 man.
No, I'm 2 hours, but come on, a team like Liverpool might have 6 Champions Leagues. Man U might have 3. Chelsea might have 2. Man City Belgium might have 1. Kakushia in your subconscious mind. You're an Arsenal fan. Come on, feel proud to be an Arsenal fan. Come to feel proud, they come to your bold, come and Ghana win World Cup. So let me tell you, the chances of Ghana winning World Cup, in my opinion, everyone is entitled to opinion. The chances of Ghana winning World Cup will be higher than the chances of Arsenal winning the Champions League. 140 years, 139 years plus. Ghana will for 1 Champions League. Ghana the first time to win World Cup 2006, the 20 years in Lebanon. So inshallah we can do something.
So yes, not being a
yes, not being a power. Because for 20 plus 139 to 140 years, that will not win shall. So Arsenal finally talk we are the next season being called Champions League. La hope man can back I can't believe your Black Stars to be for the World Cup. Inshallah.
I'll put later to some program. Check it inside there. In your first time, go look at a video, you like them, can follow you. You never more comment it.